If you want to date the hottest women which exist by matching them online, there's a very specific kind of picture or profile you need to be using. If you don't know who I am, my name is Matthew. I've been a dating coach for the last 5 years now, and over this 5 years, I have tested everything. Everything from the exact pictures that you need to be using online to the exact approach, everything. But in this video, we're going to focus on online dating because that is the way that most guys are meeting their partners, myself included. I've met multiple girlfriends through online dating. I've had hundreds of dates, and I've also met my wife through Bumble. I will show you some pictures later on if you really care about the proof. Now, what you see in this picture here, this was a guy that I worked with a long time ago. Let's call him Bob, because I don't want to reveal his identity too much. And Bob came to me because he was fresh out of a relationship and he wanted to max out his dating results. He had never been the kind of guy that could get dates on tap or on demand, and he wanted to develop and build abundance. That's exactly what we did. And I've made so many short form videos on this on my Instagram, which went viral. And it's funny because when I show this picture, people assume this is years apart, this transformation, when in reality this is actually 2 months apart. This was an old profile he used, this was the new one. And the reason why I like showing Bob is because it demonstrates how normal guys can have insane profile transformations and get insane results, because he literally got a girlfriend from this picture. Like many of the other guys I'm coaching have also done. Obviously, I can't show their identities and their girlfriends, that wouldn't be fair, but you get the idea. So when it comes to building your online profile, the reason why most men are terrible at this and they just don't get any results, no matches, no dates, is because they look at everything through the male gaze and what they think she wants. What they think she wants is a soft, nice guy, a kind of soft around the edges, cute, innocent man, very smiley, very kind of adorable, right? That's why they take these very nice pictures like this, okay? Awkward body language, bit of a cheesy grin, unkept hair, things like this. Whereas when guys come to me, this is the first thing we do. We max out their sexual appeal physically. What clothing do you need to be wearing to look your best? This guy's topless, I'll show you different examples. What haircut, what body language, what posture. Everything ties into this, and then we just take pictures of that, because your profile needs 3 components. It needs masculine pictures, you look like the man, competent pictures, and sexually appealing pictures. Now, this is not the most competent picture because he's just posing in Ibiza, or Ibiza, depending where you're from in the world, but he had other pictures where he showed his job, his competency, etc. And this is what will allow you to date the exact girls you want. I will show some pictures of myself. So this was me in my late teens, early 20s, and this was the kind of picture I would use in online dating. Some guys don't use group pictures, they have kind of moved past this, but if you look at my body language, my clothing, my facial expression, this was literally 10 years ago, do you get the impression I'm an overly confident person? Okay, I look quite tall, I am quite tall, but it didn't help me. Being over 6 foot did not help me at all in the slightest, because my issue was I was not comfortable and confident in my own skin, and this came through on camera. A big part of getting the pictures you really want is going to be you actually being confident, which is why the first thing I do with all the guys that I'm coaching, if I show you my paid training group, it's the mindset stuff, because the mindset stuff is unbelievably important to every process in dating. It doesn't matter if you take amazing pictures, if you're not actually confident, women will sense this. You'll go on the date, they will sense this. Whereas now, these are the kind of pictures that I use. I have tons of other ones, but these are really good to show as examples because they tick every box. They have competency, they have masculinity, they have sex appeal, they are aesthetic, and they are taken through the female gaze, right? Female gaze. Why is this? They're just nice photos to look at. Go to any girl's profile on Instagram. It's like by default, they just understand how to take pictures. They just get it, right? They have natural game without being taught this. Whereas us guys, I could pull up some random follower's profile. But let's go to a recent picture or video that I've posted. Let's have a look at this. I don't want to out anybody because it's not really fair on them, but I could look at somebody on public. And yeah, that's what I mean. Like this guy objectively is good looking. He's in amazing shape, better shape than most guys. Yeah, this is a very male gaze kind of profile. Very awkward, very stiff. Very much what guys think will work on dating apps, but it will not. And I know that it won't work because the guy is following me. And I can sit and show you example after example of this, but you get the idea. Your pictures need to be aesthetic. Your pictures need to look like they've came fresh from Pinterest. This is the biggest hack that you'll take away from this video, is that if you go to Pinterest You can search certain keywords and you will find the exact kinds of pictures you need. You can see what kind of pictures I've been searching for. Ignore the fact a lot of these guys are like model looking guys because that's why they're on Pinterest. But if I go to my pins or boards, you will see the kind of pictures which women go fucking crazy for. And they are showing up for me because they've done well. They are popular pictures. And you could, for example, search dark, aesthetic, attractive guy, and you will find a bunch of pictures which you can very easily recreate. Now, of course, I have training videos on how to take these pictures in my paid and my free training group. If you want me to walk you through it one-to-one, then you can also book a free consultation below. I mean, minus this advert here. That's a strange advert, but you get the idea, right? There is a certain aesthetic women are going for and they're going crazy for. I can show you some screenshots of videos now, which I will do. This is what happens when you have such a good profile. This was my profile I tested. My prompt was lying, so you think we're compatible. And then she says we could be compatible for one night. This is the power of having a good profile. Girls will come to you first, offering you certain things which you want. And even if you don't want a one night stand, you want a girlfriend, for obvious reasons, it makes such a big benefit and so much sense for her to come to you with the highest level possible interest. Because for every girl that I've dated long term, of which I've had 3 long-term partners from dating apps, they all had very high interest in me. My job was easy. Okay, I needed to understand some basic flirting, teasing, understanding of her psychology to keep things going. But to get the date, the girls that had the highest interest, it always led to sex on basically the first date, if not every single time. And my job was easy because I made my life easy. My training community, and for his first date, she's cooking him steak. This is what happens when you have an extremely good profile because you understand the pictures. Here's another example here. He says Katie, which is an attention grabber. She says, I may not be a sergeant major, but I reckon I can get your privates standing to attention, okay? And she's a nice looking girl. She's not some 3 out of 10, big girl who you would never consider a date with. So you probably are using online dating and you definitely are not getting the results you want. Otherwise, you would not be on this video. You can absolutely fix this. And you can start getting insane results like a lot of the guys that I'm coaching. Like this, right? 33 likes in the space of 2 or 3 days. And I've seen better than this, and this guy's profile was nowhere near being optimized. These things are possible, but you need a process to follow. Like I say, go in the description of my video. I have training guides around every single process involved in dating. If you want to take these kinds of pictures, you don't need to be living in some fancy place. These were in hotels / Airbnbs. You can literally just stand on the street. You can take aesthetic pictures like this, where you have the nice sunset, the nice skyline behind you, you dress well, you understand the facial expressions, the posture, the posing, and then lo and behold, you get a picture which performs amazingly on dating apps, and this one did insane for me in terms of getting me likes and matches. That's all you need. But for a lot of guys, they just do not have the eye to understand the pictures that actually convert into results. So yeah, go and look at my other videos, message me on Instagram if you want some personal help, or just book a free call below. I will see you guys all in the next video.